2021, 6 p.m., and this meeting is to discuss the bonus. And I would like to say that the figures that I came up with for the employees and everything was $5,000 for each one. And, of course, Sharon, the comptroller's office, I told them I did not want to say anything about myself, so the comptroller office said because Sharon was a city recorder and finance officer that she could say something, so she said $5,000 also. I feel like that, the employees that we have real good employees in all the departments and everything, and I praise them 100%. And it's sad to have to listen to some people that go out here and tell the citizens that I tried to get $20,000 for me when I didn't know anything whatsoever about it. It was something that was pulled together just for a sample, and it's just really totally gone all out of proportion, and it is sad. It's not fair for the city, it's not fair for me, and it's not fair for the employees. And I just want to say to you, you don't think much of me, evidently. I'm the mayor and I'm the city manager, and I hear all this stuff about, don't give any money to the people that ran for election. Well, I did run for election for mayor, but I'm a city manager too, and I work in the morning from 8 to 6, sometimes later than that, Sharon and I do. And I get $75 per month for being the mayor. I get $0 for city manager. And many meetings that I represent the city at. The board members, if they're honest, and I think we have good board members, but I don't think that when they look at their membership and look at me as mayor and city manager, I don't think that they're fair to me, because the board members are here at the meetings once a month. I'm here every single day, just like I said, from 8 a.m. in the morning to 6, and Sharon and I are sometimes here later than that. And Sharon and I, we take good care of the city's money, and the budget has always been balanced since I've been here and since she's been here. And the mayor is elected by the people, and I've been here for 9 years as appointed city manager. Some want to belittle me, however, God knows all things, and being alderman is not the same as mayor and city manager. And I want to thank each of you, but I thought I needed to say something because I've been going long and I hadn't said anything. And Sharon, she broke her shoulder, and she's all the pieces because she's not here, because she had several things that she wanted to say. And I did not want to read what she wrote, because whatever she wants to say, I think she needs to be here and say it. But she's not happy with what's been going on here. But, what I'd like to see is everybody get $5,000. It's in y'all's hands. It's to the...
Can I say something there before? On behalf of the mayor, I want to stand up, speak up, and do what's right. I will have to say this, and I would like to make it clear. The mayor did not ask for $20,000. We, the aldermans, we asked Sharon to throw out some numbers, didn't we? As you see, the alderman said yes. She didn't ask for it. We asked Sharon to throw out numbers. So that's how it came about. I don't know how it got messed up, saying the mayor's wanting $20,000. She did not ask for anything. And I would like to take it a step further. When I ran into the election, of course, you know what I've gone through. But the aldermen's on this board, and I don't do clicks, but I will speak up for what is right. And I'm not here to buddy up with nobody, but I will speak the truth. When I ran in the election, the mayor was out there in the hot sun campaigning for a lot of these aldermen that are on this board. Now, and then she does that, and nobody wants to give her anything. She campaigned for him, which y'all know I was slandered against. And if anybody would want to be ugly and say, don't give her nothing, you would think. But it's not right. She deserves something too. Thank you.
We never said not to give her anything.
No,
I didn't say you said that.
No, I'm just, making sure that's being stated.
But it is clear that she did not ask for it. We did ask Sharon, right? Okay.
And the figure was mentioned in the first workshop.
Yes, we did bring up money.
But that's the truth.
Yeah.
But also, I was told by Sharon herself that she threw those numbers out to get people talking. But if that was the case, would that not have been written on that paper? I would assume so. Would you not, Jeff?
That was my son. That would be my son.
It was just a worksheet, something to talk about, negotiate with. It gave us something to kind of play with.
Well,
And she has it on tape where she told, I don't think you were here at the time, but she told the others.
3 times.
Those 3 times, that was just figures. And then what happens? It goes out here and it's in the paper, all this stuff saying, like I'm out here taking $20,000 worth of the city money, and I hadn't even seen it. It's just not right.
It is public information.
it is public information.
I know it's public information,
But, yeah.
but this was a workshop, and nothing had happened. They scarcely even talked. And Sharon would have to say, well, are you going to say anything or not? We're here to have this meeting. Why have it? And then somebody jump out here and run and say all this stuff. The media came and talked with me. And I told them, there isn't a thing on there that was agreed to. So why would I want to let the citizens out here be upset and they think that that's what went on? That is not what went on.
Right. Well, since the news are here, and I know they will let the truth be known. So.
I want to make a comment about the mayor. She's been a good city manager, and she's tight with the city money. She really takes care of her, and Sharon does, and I do appreciate that.
Me too.
Let's do the business at hand.
Yeah, please.
Enough of this.
Please.
Yes.
So what are we, anybody else got any numbers? Because I know Irene has said 5,000 across the board, correct?
Yes,
Does that
Richard?
mean everybody or?
everybody.
Richard, you got any?
And I think it's fair. That is.
Now elaborate across the board, Irene. You mean public works, all the
Yeah.
workers?
It'd be everybody.
Every employee. So that's 18, Mayor,
And
isn't it?
then there's some adjustment that will have to be made.
Two.
We have one employee that wasn't here during that time, so they told her at the comptroller's office that we can't give him any. And then we have some police officers that we have to prorate them, a few police officers.
Don't they have to be here at least a year? I think, don't they? Is that what it is?
Well, no, they prorate the time.
Okay.
Some of them's been here, I think, 5
It's
months,
that
and
March to March time frame.
Okay.
If those of you-
during that time,
That's what I thought, yeah.
sometimes during that time.
And aldermen are omitted, correct? We would like to be omitted.
If
I know
y'all want
myself.
to, if you want to be omitted, then you can say that you want to be omitted.
So it would be individual choice, Mayor.
Well, I think that should be made, y'all should make your own decision about that.
Okay.
Carol, you got any figures? Or
Yeah.
5,000 or what?
Sounds fine with me. Our workers, everybody's been doing a good job, and they come out during the pandemic, so, and this
Good job.
I think they deserve, and this is an opportunity for us to let our workers know that we appreciate them.
Ooh, what's it?
I've been asked to keep my foot on that cord.
Well, if I may, I am definitely in favor of the bonus across the board and that it be equally distributed. I'm a little disturbed by the figure. In my mind, and not to take away from anybody and their performance, in my mind, I thought we might take the $33,000 from the state and divide it equally among the 18 employees and use the rest toward the infrastructure. That would still be approximately $2,000 per employee. And it could be paid immediately.
So you're talking about using the state funds, the $33,000?
We've already used the state funds. They're no longer there. We've already used them.
Okay.
So,
May I ask what they were used for?
what did we use them for? I think. I can't remember if it was that we didn't use it for the excavator.
I don't remember us.
We did use it. It went in the budget,
Approved.
and we used it. When you approved the budget, it was in there.
Okay.
So, and the comptroller's office specifically said that money, the other money, could be used for bonuses for the employees.
Federal?
Yes.
Yeah, I talked to Jason about that too.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I say we go to adjourn the workshop and go to the
Yeah, we're discussing.
special call meeting. So
I have no more discussion points. So
Okay.
if you do,
I'll close the workshop. And call the Bluff City Board of Mayor and Alderman special call meeting to order for October the 12th, 2021. Call to order, Sandy.
Give me 1 second, please. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Alderwoman Keith,
Here.
Alderman Brules,
here.
Vice Mayor Harrington,
here,
Alderman Ward, Alderman Bowling.
Here,
Okay, we'll have a prayer for Alderman Richard Bowling, and immediately following the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
our most kind and gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you so much for this day that you allowed us to enjoy. Now, Lord, we ask you to be with this meeting tonight and see everything that's done here tonight being in your sight and being your liking, and also for the citizens of Bluff City. Now, Lord, we thank you so much for the blessings you give to us, and Lord, we ask you to be with us and keep us safe. For these things we ask in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
And
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have any citizen comments? Yeah, they come to the podium.
Well, I'm David Vance. I've been around this part of the country 84 years. And this is a promise. What I've got to say is a promise. The board needs to quit one person trying to run the city and do everything and causing problems between everybody else and get down to business and let the city go on. It's a shame to look at it and hear people talk how it's been run. And there's no sense in it, that I can see. But they're going to keep on. The federal government will be called in here and investigate everybody, and then somebody's going to be hurting for lying and doing all this stuff. And I hate to see that happen.
Can you straighten that out, please, what you're saying?
What?
Who are you saying?
Huh?
Who are you saying that's one person doing stuff?
I won't call no names. If the government comes in, they investigate everybody. They don't just pick one. They investigate everybody. the lawyer and all. So he knows that himself. Ain't that right? He ain't go answer it because he knows it's the truth.
But if you're talking about me, I wish you would say it's me.
I don't call names.
Okay.
But I just wanted to say that so everybody be aware of it if it does happen.
Okay.
And it's liable to happen any time.
I would say they're welcome to investigate because the board, I think we've all done a good job and we're working together. We have little problems, but as you see, it worked good tonight. So we can agree to disagree.
Right there, the city attorney will take care of it. You guys do anything wrong, he's watching out for you. He's doing his job. Am I right, Mr. Fry?
Julie Van Cardi, 209 Smith Street, extension 538-7931. I didn't come to the last regular meeting because I figured things were going to get out of hand like they're getting out of hand tonight. And the paper that Jeff Broyles, I thought that was shameful of you to go to the news and say what you said because most people in this area don't understand how the city's ran, didn't know what kind of paper you were even referring to, and it was just a suggestion. It wasn't wrote in stone. It was a suggestion. And because you're going to run for mayor, I think you're just trying to get dirt out there so people wouldn't trust the mayor no more. And I think that's just terrible. That's terrible. You're a citizen here, and do that to somebody that has supported you, and I know she helped you get in there because she come to my house and signed the paper. And I said, no, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I will not sign it because I'm not voting for him.
Thanks for your comments, ma'am.
Do we have any other comments?
Well, I'm back. I've been gone a while, so I know y'all miss my face. My name's Becky Buchanan, 750 Dry Branch Road. I have known Irene Wells and Billy ever since I've been in Bluff City, and that's been 50 years. Irene is an honest person, and whoever made up this bogus thing about $20,000 suggested it. If you want to get rid of Irene and Sharon, just get rid of them, but don't make up some bogus stuff and let it hit the newspaper. Miss Wells, or the mayor, are you the spokesperson for Bluff City?
Yes.
And Mr. Brawls, you're not the spokesperson for Bluff City. She is.
Says comment as an alderman.
Yeah, I'm an elected official.
Well,
and I represent 1,800 people.
Well, she represents 1,800 people, too.
Yeah.
So it should be her place to represent the Bluff City citizens that elected her to go before the news people and do the reporting. That's her job. Thank you.
Thanks for your comments, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody else have a comment? If not, we'll move on to a discussion and action on Melvin Carrier lien. Mr. Fry.
Well, you all received information from Melanie Carrier offering to settle the lien for $2,280, I think. I don't remember who all was on the board at that time, but would you all want a brief history before I get into the figures?
Would you please?
Okay. On April 9th, 2012, a citation was issued to Mr. Carrier, who was then a board meeting for property maintenance issues. The Supreme Court, I didn't handle the case and the judge didn't handle the case. The Supreme Court appointed Judge William Rogers to hear the case, and the board hired Tom Seeley, the town attorney for Irwin, to prosecute the case. Mr. Carrier asked for and got 3 continuances, and then there was a trial on 9/7, 2012 in city court, and then there was an order put down by the Chancery Court on August 16th, 2013, and the amount of the judgment was $7,600 plus $1,646 court cost. And from the time that judgment lien was recorded until today's date, there's $3,647.32 in interest, for a total of $11,293.32. And the town's out-of-pocket expenses were $1,575 for attorney's fees, filing fee of $333.50, and recording fee of $12, which out-of-pocket expenses is not part of the judgment and can't be, was $1,920.50. And this lien is set to expire next year if it's not renewed. So I'll be happy to, I've told you about what I know about it, but I'll be happy to answer any questions you have.
Well, I'd like to have a little history on that because, of course, we wasn't on the board.
Mm-hmm.
And how did it kind of come about? I mean, somebody had to put in a vote to do all this. I mean, how did it come about, if you don't mind explaining a little bit?
A citation was just issued by the police department like it would be, on any other of our city code violations.
Okay. But didn't the board have to vote on it or something?
The board voted on hiring an attorney because I couldn't do it because Mr. Carrier was a sitting board member.
Mayor, do you have the minutes when that took place?
I'm sorry. I don't.
I mean, you can Google it and find out, but, I would like to have a little more information because this is serious. And, you don't want to go out of here and if y'all decide whatever you do, go out here and say, well, this board is the one that done it. We didn't start it. And I want some history on it.
My first board meeting, they tried to dismiss it. My very first meeting, they tried to dismiss it. 3 of the board members, Melvin did. And I was the deciding vote not to dismiss it because if we dismissed it, that would mean that all preceding people before that had these fines and stuff could come and get theirs dismissed too.
Correct.
So if it goes for one, it goes for all.
Exactly.
And I think Longine Leonard was on it.
He was.
I was on it then too.
Yeah, me and Richard,
Richard.
Longine, Melvin, and
Who's the other person?
Well, somebody had to.
Weaver. No?
No,
Tanya.
Tanya, yeah.
Tanya.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy.
That guy that lives up there next to, right across the street from David Smith is on the board. I took his place.
Yeah,
Not at
Brian
that time.
Mullins.
Not at that time.
Not that time.
This
No,
was
I was on
2012.
board, he was.
Right. This 2012.
So,
And it was $7,000 at that time whenever that before we
No,
got the lawyers.
it's $7,600, and then it's $7,646. That was a judgment from city court,
Right.
and then there wasn't any compliance, and went to Chancery Court to get a lien.
Right.
so this started with the board of 2012, right?
As far
We got
as,
it in motion.
yes,
Okay.
but it was an ongoing issue before that because he kept getting citation after citation after citation and not correcting the situation. Correct.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know.
To get it up to 7,600.
No, what it was, the fines were from the day the citation was issued, and so that whatever the fine was, between $25 and $50.
But what my
Day.
question was, is what got us here? What got us to that point? I mean, it had to start somewhere, and the board somebody had to put in a motion for it.
The town charter that states with your property that you can't have vehicles that are not running, that are not tagged, they're just sitting there as junk. That's what started it.
Yeah, it's a violation. It's a violation of code, just like speeding is a violation of the city
Failure to
code.
pay.
Right, I understand. Yeah, I just wish you would have had the minutes because I would like to see it because I'm sure, word by word, who decided want to do this and do that. Because I don't want us getting blamed for something that we didn't do.
The other board member was Longine Leonard.
But at the same time,
Yeah,
if
to
we
the
accept-
question.
if we do accept this would be a precedent.
Well, they had to vote on it.
You voted?
Yes.
And it would cause other repercussions too, correct?
Well, you never know.
More than likely.
What's that?
I said that this is unprecedented, and then if we do this, it could cause repercussions potentially for other cases of this.
Are you saying not to?
No, if we accept it, then somebody else has got to lay down here that we've
Exactly,
done.
because I paid my taxes twice.
Yeah.
You know, they could come in here and do the same thing.
But you won't drop it, right? You won't be dropping it.
If we drop it. Other people be coming here wanting their money back.
Or try to sell it for less. That'd be like somebody gets a $200 speeding ticket and say, I'll give you
Well, let me suggest this. Well, why don't you vote on accepting that offer or rejecting that offer? And then we'll have another vote on what to do with the lane.
If I may, that's the real question. The real question is that the lady, Miss Carrier, has offered the board $2,280 in monies against what is properly owed. And even of the $7,649, that's only 30%, less than 30%. Not sure what this arbitrary offer comes from. She states here in her letter that that's pretty much what she can afford. Has any effort been made to pay this down over the years?
No.
That was my question. Could she make payments or something?
Right. So, in hearing this so far and reading over this today and looking back at the ordinance, I personally, I would vote not to accept her offer.
Do we have a second?
We need to make a motion to not accept, and I'll make a motion not to accept.
Oh, I thought he did.
He said he's voting no on it.
Mayor, I make
Okay.
a motion that we reject this very kind and gracious offer from Ms. Carrier.
Okay.
And then I'll second that motion.
Take a vote, Sandy, please.
Alderwoman Keith,
No.
Alderman Brules,
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me redo that.
I'm
I'm sorry because I thought, no, we're not going to take the offer. But yes, we're rejecting it.
By the motion, yeah.
Okay, be patient with me. I'm still learning.
do you want to change your vote?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Would you care to speak it? Okay. Alderwoman Keith,
Yes.
Alderman Brules,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Harrington,
Yes.
Alderman Bowling,
Abstain. I'll tell you why if you want me to. The church that I go to is wanting to buy that lot off of her next door to them. And there's been a conflict of interest, I think, for me to vote yes or no, so I'll abstain.
And plus you on the board also.
Yes, I know, yes.
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 Now, do you want to go ahead and vote to renew the judgment lien?
Somebody will make a motion.
A little discussion before I make my motion,
Okay.
if you don't mind. So, what we're in danger here of doing is creating a double standard. As for now and for future liens, nobody, I can guarantee you, I wasn't on that board, but nobody wanted to do this. And I guarantee that the officer that had to serve that citation did not want to do this. We were put in a position as a town that something had to be done about a situation. And we will be often and forever, and we have in the past. I make a motion that this stands and is renewed.
You have a second?
I'll second.
Take a vote, please, Sharon. Sandy.
Alderwoman Keith,
Let it stand.
Alderman Brules,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Harrington,
Yes.
Alderman Bowling.
Abstain.
We'll move down, discussion and action on the bonuses. Does somebody want to make a motion? Or do you have other comments?
She's listening. Anybody wants to make a motion on it? Are we in agreement with the 5,000 before somebody makes a motion?
I think Richard said he was, and I think Carl said she was. So.
That'd be fine. The aldermans, they'll be getting something also, right?
If they want it,
Okay.
but we can't force them to take it.
Right.
So it's whatever they want to do.
Okay. I do not want it. I mean, if you can use it to help somebody with the water bills or whatever, I don't want it.
What if we donated it to the community aid of our First Baptist?
Well, why don't could we set up something for people that had struggling to pay water bills? Like have a little
That's what
help?
First Baptist, the community aid does.
That's what the
Yeah.
community.
Okay, well, can we have somebody on the board that the citizens,
Second harvest.
well, could we have somebody on the board that the citizens could call, and then we could reach out to the church or whoever to see make sure the citizen is getting something?
Bill
No.
Pierce is once over that, giving out the money for light bills and stuff. What he does, if somebody comes and needs a water bill paid or a light bill paid, he writes a check to the light company or to the water company. He don't give them the money.
Right. Well, why don't our city do something? Why can't we do something? Have a little fun. I'm willing to give my money.
He's been on it for a real long time,
Yeah.
and nobody's ever complained.
I mean, I understand that, but
Okay.
why can't Bluff City do it? Why can't the aldermans do it? Something that we can.
In the name of the city,
Of course, in the name of the
I
city.
don't think we could do that.
I don't know.
There's
We
no
can't
way you can do that.
We can't do that.
Conflict of interest, because if you did it for one,
Gotcha. But I would like to make sure, I mean, I'm sure that they would do it, but so many times people fall through the crack, and sometimes people and it's sad, may not like somebody and not help them. And if I'm giving mine, I want to make sure everybody, regardless, maybe my enemy don't like me, but if you need help, I want to help you.
I'm on that board, and the way we do that is on Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, we have a community service. 4 churches right here. No, we have 4 churches. They donate that money, and it goes in. It'll go in the name of the city.
Right.
It'll go in under the alderman of the city if that's why you want to do it. That's how to go into that at the end of that fund.
Right.
But Bill Pierce is the one who handles that. They buy groceries, and they got them up here. You go get a bag of groceries, and I'll be walking.
Right.
So people can't buy. And also, he pays, like I say, water bills and light bills.
Right.
But he don't give anybody the money. He pays them. He goes to the light company and says, how much is this person's light bill?
Right.
And I want to pay it. Then he writes a check to them.
Right.
For that person.
That is good, but in my experience, I know when we had our church, people would tell me that they would go to churches and they would help as long as they came to the church, but when they didn't come to the church,
it's not like
well,
that.
this is what people have told me, because they came to our church and we gave.
This right here is under our zip code, 37618. If
Okay.
you're under that zip code.
I'll would like to say so.
Yeah.
If you take the bonus, you can donate the money any way you like,
Right.
not in the name of the city.
Right. I understand that.
Because we give to nonprofits, I believe community aid might be one of them. Is that
Yeah.
correct,
Yes.
Richard?
Yeah.
I mean, during the budget process, you all designate that money, and then we have a resolution when we spend the money
Right.
for that. So we're talking about 2 different things here.
Right. Well, and that's why we're discussing this, because I want to be clear. I want to make sure I know where mine is going.
Right.
Well,
I'm not
you
just going to give
write,
it
you
to
write
you.
the check to us, and then we can go up there and donate it to the church.
Right, that's
Donate
what
to community
it's
aid
called for.
ourselves.
Oh.
Yeah, so we have to accept it, then we can donate it.
Yeah.
But it can't be donated in the name of the city, but we can
Yeah.
donate it ourselves. basically.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
personally done.
I mean, you
It's
can
personal
put the
donation.
money in your own name. I don't care. My name don't have to be on it as long as the people get it.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
like I say, she can write the check to us,
Right.
and then we can go up there to the church and donate in our name instead of in the city's name.
Right,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
right. That's how you.
Or we can refuse, right?
To take it.
Yes.
We can refuse to
To
take
take
the
it.
money, and
Yeah.
I would be
Right.
glad to write you a letter or whatever to say, I refuse.
I'm with you.
Okay.
Jeff.
I would like to take it and go up there and donate
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Both are great
It's
ideas.
going to get it one way or the other anyway.
Mm-hmm. Both are great ideas.
And what did y'all decide?
Well, how about if we donate it and the citizens, how will we get it out there that they would know Or do
But like
we-
I said, on the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, we'll have that community meeting. When you hand them a check, it's gonna go in your name.
Paul Fry wants to say something.
No, Sandy just gave me a note. We need to be very specific on this motion.
Well, you know, they come to City Hall when they have a problem, and you know, then sometimes I contact Bill Pearson, and sometimes I just give them the phone number and they call them.
Yeah.
And really, Elizabeth Chapel helps us out a lot, and they're not right here in Bluff City, but they do help us out a whole lot with the citizens.
I think it is 211 that you can dial, and we'll get a list of every organization that can help you in the state of Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
And the process you have to go through.
Can we discuss that part? Can we go ahead and vote on the bonuses, and when it come to us, can we talk about this a little more, or does it all have to be done tonight?
You can go ahead and vote on the bonus.
Well, I mean, you either accept it or you don't accept it. That's
Right.
yeah.
Well, do you want them to vote on the bonus first and then vote whether they want to take it?
I don't think you have to vote on that, will you?
Well, you just have to send a letter. That's what I would suggest. Send a letter if you do not want it.
Send a letter to the city.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if we was to do that, how would the money be distributed? I mean, what, you write a check to the employees? Is this tax deductible?
Yeah. If they do it.
Donations are.
Well.
No, I'm talking about bonuses.
I don't know what the tax
Okay.
situation is.
Yeah, I mean, am I going to have to put this on my income taxes or whatever? It'll put you in a higher bracket and all that? Yeah. That's what I'm wondering about. Is it?
To my knowledge, yes.
I would say you would because you're
Just like
on
any other
the,
tax.
you're on the payroll.
It'd be worth that anyway.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to write a check and all that, and I'm not giving out my personal information.
So, who's going to not take it and are going to write a letter?
I will write you a letter, Mayor.
I'll get you a letter.
And Ray, and you,
I'll run a letter.
Yeah.
and you're going to write a letter. Okay.
So can we just word the motion that I'd like to make a motion to approve a $5,000 bonus across the board, except and leave out the alderman. Omit the alderman.
Is it okay like that, or do we have
You
to have
could
a-
do it, but I'd think for auditing purposes that the comptroller would like to have a letter from
Need to write a letter.
individual board members.
I didn't know if we
Yeah.
could just word it that way and be done with it.
Right.
So, can he word it like that and then send the letter? Can they do that, or?
Sure, I think that we'd want a paper trail, something signed by you all not accepting it.
So y'all want
Vote now to accept it and then write the letter. Is that right?
y'all want to take the vote then?
Or go with the motion I made? Or
Well, whatever your motion's going to be.
will that motion I made stand, or do I need to add in with the additional letters, or just make one?
Well, let's restate it. It was sort of a
Yeah,
motion/question.
right. I'd like to make a motion to give $5,000 bonus across the board to all employees and omit board members, i.e. Carolyn Payne, Jeff
Oh,
Boyle,
you better get back here, Carolyn. I'm going to
Carol
get
Keith,
Oh,
Carol
man.
Keith,
Oh, God.
make sure everybody's paying attention. Carol Keith, Jeff Broyles, myself, Eric Ward, and
Me.
Richard Bowling.
Can he make a decision for Eric, though, since he's not here? How do we?
Well,
know?
well, he's not making a decision for Eric the way he stated the motion. The board is
Okay.
making the decision.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Okay, you need to redo that again, right?
Did you get it?
I need to write it down first.
Motion to approve $5,000 per person across the board, except and omitting the board members.
I'm a board member,
Yeah,
so
say i.e. all
Yeah,
five of
yeah.
us.
Put the names down.
Okay.
Yeah.
That work?
Okay. We just need a second.
who wants to make a second?
I second it.
Take a vote, please.
Who did the second? I'm sorry. Carol?
Yes.
Okay. Alderwoman Keith?
Yes.
Alderman Brules?
No.
Vice Mayor Harrington?
Yes.
Alderman Bowling?
No,
Gotta break it.
Shoot, Mayor.
Okay. It's fine. I'm for it.
Do you vote yes, Mayor?
Yes.
no.
Okay. The only thing else I have,
Do we need to have Paul Fry make us official letterhead that we sign them since it's going to the state, or do we need to write?
No, it doesn't go to the state, just something for Sharon.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You said-
okay.
I thought you said in case with the state or something.
No, the auditors will ask us,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay, I'd like to present this to the board from the public entity
Councilman Howard,
partners.
Mayor.
I'd like to present this award to the City of Bluff City from Public Entity Partners. They have been doing business with them for 40 years. Thank you.
All right.
Oh, that's
Y'all want to touch it?
no. Thanks. Just wanted to see it. Just wanted to see
Oh,
it.
my
yeah.
God. I think we can either put it on the wall or we can set it on my desk.
Put it on your desk.
Any other comments?
Spike, you could stick it in the
Yeah, that's true. Okay, let's see. Who wants to make a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn?
I second.
Take a vote, please.
Alderwoman Keith?
Yes.
Alderman Brules?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Harrington?
Yes.
Alderman Bowling?
Yes.